Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. It is Thanksgiving weekend, so it's probably going to be a short one. I am hosting at my house. Quite nervous about it. It's my first time ever hosting. So we'll see how it goes. I want to have a cozy week, a relaxed week. I'm kind of on the stress side about hosting. I injured myself. I did arms and back yesterday, and during the actual workout I was fine, and then afterwards this pain just started, so I've been trying to stretch it out, but I don't think I'm going to be doing any really intense workouts this week. I think I'm gonna do some cardio at the gym, like treadmill and stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna do any weightlifting until my shoulder feels a little bit better, which sucks because it's my favorite workout. I hate cardio, love weightlifting. I guess I just pushed myself a little bit too hard, which is fine. My body is telling me to slow down, so I'm going to. And other than that, I've just been reading and watching stuff. Yesterday, I continued watching Spy X Family. This is a rewatch for me. I have watched all of the current episodes. I love it. It's one of my favorite animes, and I'm rewatching it, and it's just on as background noise, and I love it so much. I'm in the middle of season 1. I love it. The music is fantastic. The acting, Anya as a character, is so cute and adorable and funny, and the dynamic of the family, and I just want Yor and Twilight to kiss. I just want it so bad. I started my rewatch of that, and then I also watched Kiki's Delivery Service. A couple weeks ago, I watched Howl's Moving Castle, really loved it, so I wanted to watch Kiki's. I watched it yesterday, and I loved it. It's so good. It's not my favorite Ghibli movie, but it's very cute. I love the scenery, the slow progression of the story. I love the meaning behind it, and it just is a great movie. So I'm probably going to be looking out for more Ghibli movies to watch. At this point, I've watched The Witch and the Flower, Kiki's, and then Howl's, and I need to watch some other ones. I think the one I'm most worried about is Spirited Away. For some reason, I just have a fear of watching that movie. I don't know why. I couldn't explain it, but I ended up DNFing Iron Flame. I got 666 pages into the ebook, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I was not enjoying myself. So then I decided to pick up these Hollow Vows series. I read the first one in July, and I remember enjoying it, but I didn't remember a ton about it. But I wanted a fun YA romantasy situation that I could just dive into, because I've been feeling a little bit slumpy recently. So I reread the first one. I finished it yesterday, and then today I started the second one. This is basically a human in the fairy world, fall in love triangle, shadow magic sort of situation. I don't make these comparisons lightly, but when I read it, it makes me want to reread Throne of Glass and ACOTAR, because the writing is just incredibly similar. The language used is very similar, and it just feels similar. So that's what I'm currently reading. I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day reading that, because I do want to move on from that series. I want to get it all done, and then I want to go on to Jade War. I got that from my library, and I've been so nervous about reading it, but I need to do it. It's due back from my library, I think in a couple weeks. But I do have some other library books that I'm also interested in reading, one of which is the first book in the Sookie Stackhouse / True Blood series. I ended up checking out all 3 of the Hollow Vows books, and then I think this is a sign, I got Unravel Me, which is the second book in the Shatter Me series. I have been thinking of reading the series for a while now. I own the first one. I've tried to read it, and I never could get through it, but I think it's finally time for me to try. And this wait for this book was months, but I guess for some reason it came to me, so I think that's a sign that I need to give it a shot. But I need to read these Hollow Vows first, because they're due back sooner. So I'm gonna focus on reading that, and then for the remainder of the week, I'm gonna be prepping. And I don't know what the rest of the week is gonna look like, but we're just gonna take it as it comes, see how it goes, and pray that Thursday goes pretty okay. So I am cooking, which I love doing. I'm excited for it. We have some good meals planned, but it's just like the family aspect of it that I'm not super looking forward to, but I don't love having like people in my house, but it should be fine. So also, I completely forgot to mention that I have been playing Genshin Impact. It's been a journey, and it's one that I am heavily invested in, so I'll probably be playing that quite a bit today and for the rest of the week and the rest of time. Let's unbox the November Illumicrate box together, and then we can talk about the fact that I entirely sold my soul to Genshin Impact. This month's theme is Time is Running Out. First thing we have is the Vagabond Quick Tumbler, inspired by Crown Chasers. Never heard of it. A little plastic situation, and it has a little spaceship with some planets on it, and it says the Vagabond Quick. Then we have a One More Chapter coin inspired by How to Lose the Time War, which is something that I need to read. On this side we have, it says Go to Sleep, and on this side it says One More Chapter. Very cute, very heavy, nice material. I woke up his nap. A Jump into Alternate Realities, a little bookmark holder. I already have one of these displayed or holding bookmarks up on this shelf right here. And it looks like the last item before the book is Divine Right Socks, inspired by The Principle of Moment. Stunning sci-fi book that I was pleasantly surprised by. We have The Last Hour Between Worlds. I'm assuming it's some sort of time travel novel. It has some very nice silver foiling on it, on the front and the back. I wonder if this is sapphic. Ooh, that is very nice. Love that. Love that. And then this is the back. Star investigator and her rival journey through layers of reality to save the world as they know it in a whip-smart adventure fantasy packed full of reality-bending magic, sapphic romance, and tantalizing mystery. I'll have to get to this very soon. I love this edition. They did a very good job, and I'm excited to read it. I think either this or the socks are my favorite from the box. I do really like the coin as well. More of like a decor piece, but this is very nice. And that is the box. But let's talk about what I'm currently reading or not reading, or doing or not doing. Okay, so let me explain the situation that I am in. I downloaded the PC version of Genshin Impact, and you can like share the login, and so you can pick up where you left off. And I spent the entirety of the day yesterday after I downloaded it playing it. I did no reading, I did nothing except playing that, and it was a delight. It was a delight. And then I read for a little bit before bed, but okay, this is a hack for anybody struggling to sleep, or just anybody that thinks that they don't sleep well enough. I didn't realize that I wasn't sleeping well enough, but I was gifted a weighted blanket, and game changing. It's like 15 pounds, and I have been sleeping through the night. I have been having dreams, and it's been game changing. But I've been putting it on as I'm like going to bed or reading in bed, and it makes me so sleepy. I've gone to bed at 8:30 both nights, last night and the night before. So it's very nice. I would recommend. But that means that I haven't been reading too much or doing much else aside from gaming. And then when I got home from work today, I did a workout, and then I did some like chores around the house. I cleaned the ferret room and all that, and then I gamed for a little bit. And now I really want to read. I really am in the reading mood. I'm kind of liking the book that I'm currently reading. I'm reading the second book in the These Hollow Vows series. I reread the first one over the weekend after I ended last week's vlog, and I still gave it like 3 stars, which is what I gave it last time, but the story's interesting. I think I mentioned that I was reading the series, trappings of series that I really like, and so I just want to finish it and get it done. I'm 24% of the way through the second one, and I'm not loving the way that it's going, but overall I'm enjoying the story. I'm interested to see how all of these like different things wrap up, because at the moment, this series has 3 books in it, but this third one is not from the same couple. It's from her sister. And so I'm interested how everybody's plot lines in this one are going to wrap up. Like, based on having read the third one, not knowing that it was in the same series, I know the conflict of this one is wrapped up, but I want to see how we get there. So I think for the rest of the evening, until like dinner time, I'm going to read and see how far I can get into the story and see how I continue to feel about it. So I have an entire list of things that I need to do to prepare for tomorrow. I call them my in-laws, but I'm not married, but my partner's parents are bringing by a big table and a baking dish tonight, so I need to get everything ready for them to bring that so they can bring it into my house and like get it set up. We have 8 people coming, mostly my partner's side of his family, but I have a ton to do, so I made a to-do list. But first, I needed to stop and get mustard because my partner said he was going to make deviled eggs, and I completely forgot. I didn't get the stuff for it. We didn't have mustard, so I had to pick up mustard. But while I was there, I of course went into the $5 section and got some pillows for the couch. First is this little tree, I think, that lights up. And then I also got this little guy that's even more adorable. This is entirely for me, but I wanted some chocolate, so I got myself some Reese's, and I'm gonna be eating that today while I clean. So I need to start my to-do list, and then I also need to break out the Christmas decor. I originally wasn't gonna decorate until after Thanksgiving, but I figured to make the house look a little bit more homey, some decorations out. I don't think I'm gonna break out the tree. I don't know if we're gonna use the tree this year, because I just know that Oswald, our youngest boy cat, who is just going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with it. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna break the tree out, and I just have a ton to do. So we're gonna get started. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna film, because I kind of just want to get it done, and I'm gonna be watching like Twitch and stuff on my phone while I do it. So I guess let's just start. So I forgot to mention that I did my cardio at the gym today, and it felt so good, but I really don't want to do anything else. So everybody's coming over at 3 tomorrow, so some things might have to wait. We'll see what I can manage to get done. I think I can do just general like maintenance, like vacuuming and all that, but the like big stuff, like scrubbing the kitchen and all of that, might have to wait. My Christmas decorations that I pulled out that don't involve a tree. So you're why we can't have a tree, huh? So this is what I have so far. We have our little emo tree. We have this little thing from my childhood, our little gingerbread with our reindeer and our wreath. Over here we have a mini tree and a little hot cocoa thing. And then that's a year-round thing. And then we have a little hot cocoa sign. Now the only thing that I have, oh, and my like throw pillows that say like happy holidays or whatever. The only thing that I have left is this very adorable village set that I've had since I was a kid, that I was given, and it has a ton of pieces that I would love to use. However, our little monster would break them, and I want to use them. I need to get rid of that. I forgot about that. I want to set them up right here, but I want fake snow, and I don't have any. I think I'm gonna get some fake snow and find a place for them in the meantime that I don't think will look bad, but are like temporary. He also doesn't get on this, but it's not the most stable, so I decided to put them in front of the TV. This is not permanent, but I'm hoping that because they're a little bit heavier and they're against the TV, that he won't knock them off until I can get some fake snow. I don't like this setup, but it will have to do. And then the very, very last thing that I need to do is put my phone on the charger because it's about to die, but also hang our stockings. We have 8, well, we have 10, one for each of us, like one for the whole family. And last year I put them in the hallway, but I don't have any way to hang them yet. And I don't have anywhere to put them, so I need to find, I didn't love them there. So I need to find a place for them as well. And then I also have a string of lights that I don't know if they work, so I need to check those out. But again, my phone's about to die, so. Everything went so smoothly. My partner and I cooked and hosted, and it was lovely, and I'm excited to do it again next year, and I definitely would like it to be like a tradition sort of situation. I really loved it, and we have lots of leftovers, which is so nice. The last time we talked, I think I was reading These Hollow Vows. I started the second one. I DNF'd it. I think I got like 30% of the way through or something. I was not liking how the story was progressing, and I wasn't confident that it was gonna end in me having at least a 3-star, so I just decided to return it. And then of course, I had the first book in the Sookie Stackhouse True Blood series come in, and then I also had the second book in the Shatter Me series come in. So I started reading both of them. I read the True Blood book in like a couple of sittings. I think I read it between Wednesday and Thursday. I don't even remember what the first book is called. Dead Until Dark. This is the first book, I think, in like a 12 or 13 book series. It's the book series that the TV show is based off of. If you're not familiar, it follows Sookie, who lives in a small town in Louisiana, and there are vampires and werewolves and shifters, and Sookie is telepathic. She has a romance with a vampire, and we're following their romance and like some other points of view of people in the town. This first book shockingly covers the first season, and I don't think I could have made it through the book if I had not watched the show first. The writing is terrible. It's terrible. All of the exploration of the relationship, all of the like building is done off page. It's like time skips and 2 and 3 sentences about what they were doing together, and it was not written very well. All of the like weird, stilted, cringy stuff that happens in the first episode is how the book reads. So I appreciate that the show is very true to the uncomfortable, like just bad writing in the first book. I don't plan to continue the series. I much prefer just watching it, and yeah. And then, as you saw, I started Shatter Me. I got halfway through this. This is a YA dystopian. It's pretty popular. I don't think I need to explain it, but if you haven't heard, this is about Juliet, who is able to, she has like death, she has the touch of death, and she's put into a prison, and one day, she's been there like 2 years or something, and one day she gets a roommate, and she starts begrudgingly working with the reestablishment. This world was in full anarchy. The reestablishment came in and said that they would solve everything, and of course they didn't, and now the world is even more desolate than it was before. She gets taken out of the prison by this guy named Warner, and she finds out that Adam is part of the reestablishment, and Warner wants her to use her abilities to his benefit. And the part that I'm at now, not much has happened. She's like 100% fully obsessed with Adam. I don't trust him, like, with an inch of my life. I wouldn't trust him to pick a toenail up off the ground. Like, I wouldn't trust him with anything. I also don't really love Warner. Obviously, like, I know the situation there a little bit, but I don't really like either of them. Don't really like Juliet. The writing is really something else. Like, I am a fan of purple prose. One of my favorite authors of all time is Erin Morgenstern. So I'm a fan of that, but I wouldn't say that this is good purple prose, like along those lines. I would say it's more like angsty teenager in high school trying to write a book. And I have read the other series by this author, This Woven Kingdom, and that book is deeply steeped in fantasy world. The writing is gorgeous. The writing is lovely. So I think this might have just been their first series, but you can definitely tell it's just a lot. It's a lot to read. I'll include a Goodreads review down below of some of the most ridiculous sayings that this person had compiled, but my favorite is within like the first couple of pages, and it says, "I wonder about how raindrops are always falling down, forgetting their parachutes as they tumble out of the sky toward an uncertain end. It's like someone is emptying their pockets over the earth and doesn't seem to care where the contents fall. Doesn't seem to care that the raindrops burst when they hit the ground, that they shatter when they fall to the floor, that people curse the days the drops dare to tap on their doors. I am a raindrop. Raindrops are my only reminder that clouds have a heartbeat." Yeah, so I'll leave that down below if you want a good little giggle. But I don't know. I definitely am not hating it. It's one of those books that I find in my old age that I can read in the YA genre that is fun for what it is, but isn't crazy interesting. I guess we'll see how this last half goes, if I will continue with the second one. Like, I have it from the library, and if this isn't actually completely insufferable, I might continue just to see, but this is what I'm currently reading, and I feel like I'm going into a slump. My intention was to read a ton of series and stuff, and then for the month of December to do tons of rereads. Like, I wanted to reread Twilight and ACOTAR and maybe Throne of Glass and like some other of my favorite series, but I think I might need to bump that up. Like, I want to read Jade War and I want to read Leviathan Wakes, but my fear is that if I start Jade War, which is one of my like most anticipated reads of the year, I know it wasn't released this year, but I was going to get to it this year, and I finally got it, and now I'm so nervous that if I start it, I'm not gonna be into it because of my mood, even though I know that I'm gonna love it. So I feel like, I don't know if I should try it. I don't know if I should continue this series and just like, I don't know, but I'm gonna finish this regardless, and talk to you guys. I've just been spending the morning playing Genshin. I'm taking like a break a little bit. I spent all day yesterday after the dinner and everybody left and I cleaned up playing it, and I've spent this whole morning playing it. It's like 2 and I've been playing since 7 a.m. so I'm really enjoying it, but I'm just taking a little bit of a break right now. So I thought I would talk to you guys. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. I hope you guys enjoyed time off if you got it, and we'll probably talk later. Jumping back into Shatter Me, and something that I wanted to mention at the halfway mark that I forgot. The whole point of Juliet being taken by the reestablishment is she has this power that Warner wants to use to his advantage, but she's been there for about 50 to 60 pages already, and I have not seen a lick of training, not a lick of forcing her to do things that he like wants to use her power for. Like, why are we here? Why are we doing this? We're just waiting for the time between her getting put in the reestablishment, like taken out of prison, and like escaping, and it's a little bit frustrating. Happy Saturday night, friends. I spent my entire day playing Genshin. I have a problem. We don't need to talk about it, but it's a problem, okay? But I did manage to do some reading, and I have an unboxing for us to do. I finished Shatter Me. The writing of this actually gave me a headache trying to read, trying to like manage the excitement to read this, and the second one gave me a headache. I didn't really like a lot of this book, and I tried to pick up the second one and got about 6% of the way through it. I really wanted to get to Warner's part, but I just can't do it. The writing is just way too much. The similes and the metaphors and all of the attempts to make this deep is just, it just fails miserably. World is so confusing. The timeline of it makes no sense. The relationship is god-awful, and the plot is just not very well done. So I'm sorry to anybody that loves this series, and I hope that you will forgive me, because I definitely am not going to be continuing this one. But I did also finish Mirror Lake. This is the third book in the Shady Hollow Mystery series. I think this is like either like between 5 and 9 books, and I'm probably going to finish the book series here as far as like purchasing and like going out of my way to read them. Murder mystery series following Vera Vixen, who is a fox, and she lives in Shady Hollow, and it's essentially a community of like woodland creatures. This is like what I picture in my head when I read this story. I adored the first one. The second one was not as fun, and this third one definitely brought it back. In this one in particular, we have a woman who is a rat claiming that her husband isn't really her husband, and there's like some murder involved, and it's very good. The thing that I missed in the second novel was a lot of the inclusion of the town and like exploring this, you know, the woodland creatures and like how they're living and the town feelings, and all of that came back with this one. It was delightful to read. I read it in basically one sitting. I read like 30 pages last night, and then today I just sat down and read the entire thing. I loved it so much, and I love being in this world. It's so comfy and cozy to be in, and it's just like a dream. That being said, I don't think that I need any more stories in this world. I feel comfortable with what I have gotten, and I don't plan to continue anymore. So that is another series that I have officially finished for the year. So let's do this unboxing, and then we'll talk a little bit. So this is the Fairy Loot box for November. The theme is love and vendetta. So first up, I'm pretty excited for this. It's the World of Stephanie Garber calendar. And seeing as I just finished the Once Upon a Broken Heart series and absolutely adored it, I'm hoping that we'll get some good Once Upon a Broken Heart cards in here. This is like the standing calendar that I already have for 2024. I think also from Fairy Loot. It's like Sarah J. Maas or whatever. But they come with this little stand and then the cards themselves. So can we guess who this is? And who is that? The thing I love about these is they actually have the full print on the back. So once I get done using them, I will put them on my art wall like I did with this year's. So pretty excited for these. For She Is Wrath letter opener. I have tons of these. I think I have 2 or 3 of them on my shelves. They're like the dagger sword things. So it looks like this. And it has like a wolf's head on it. It's gorgeous. We finally got a mug. This is like always the best part. I love mugs. I love bookish mugs. And this is for The Crimson Moth, which is a romantasy that I read earlier this year and really enjoyed. And this mug is absolutely stunning. I love the design. It's so solid. And the art is gorgeous. Love the moths. And it's pink, which we love. I guess it's more like of a red pink. But then we have a Sea and Vine kitchen towel. So it has little fruits and things on it. Food. It's quite large, which I appreciate. It is from Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, which I did not like. And then lastly, before we get to the book, we have a Deadly Education magnetic bookmarks. I love me some bookmarks, especially magnetic ones. And these are absolutely delightful. I think Deadly Education is like a dark academia, so this fits pretty dang well. And then last but not least, we have the book. Well, I think we should have character cards first, and then we have the book. Here are our character cards, again, to go on my art wall. And we have the book. Black sprayed edges, which we adore. Ooh, this is gorgeous. Oh, and we have the matching bookmark that matches the art print. This is stunning. Love the foiling. Those sprayed edges are impeccable. Love that. These are our end pages. Some very nice foiling. It looks like we have a little enemies to lovers situation. We have the reversible dust jacket and the naked hardcover, which is just so good. So good. This might be my favorite book that we've gotten recently. This is just gorgeous. Those sprayed edges are just perfect. This says, what if the man you loved was the very person who betrayed you? Excited for this one. We love a romantasy. Again, absolutely gorgeous. Excited to display it. I think aside from the mug, my favorite thing is, of course, the calendar pages. Not only are they stunning, but we have my babies. So, of course, I won't get to them till the end of the year, but very cute, very excited. And this is a good box. Like, it has tons of good stuff in it that I'm excited to put on display. I'm excited to read the book. So this was a good one. But that's gonna be it for this video. It is Saturday night, so I wanna edit it and get it up for you guys tomorrow. I really hope you enjoyed the vlog. I know it was a little all over the place, but I hosted for the first time. I did some reading. I got addicted to Genshin Impact, so it was a good week. I would love to talk down in the comments your thoughts about the video, what I read, how your week went, and don't forget to subscribe if you're looking for more content like this. I do tons of other stuff, but for the month of December I've decided to only do weekly vlogs. I imagine, like me, you might get very overwhelmed with your favorite creators putting out Vlogmas content. I get very overwhelmed not only watching it but also creating it, so this month I'm just gonna do weekly vlogs. I hope that gives you guys like kind of a reprieve from all of the content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next one.